Shanah Tovah. After many months of separation and a slow process of coming back to shul, I'm grateful to see you here this evening, reunited and celebrating Rosh Hashanah. I welcome you in our wonderful building, and I welcome all who are with us on YouTube as well tonight and in the coming days. Today and over the next days, we reunite with our shul. We reunite with our prayers and melodies of old. We reunite with the divine. We hopefully reunite with ourselves. We reunite with Judaism. And lastly, we reunite with each other. Reunion is what I hope and pray for our community beyond these high holidays. With God's blessing, may we all enjoy the warmth and strength of our community. May we build tonight and over these Yamim Noraim, the days of awe, a place for the divine to dwell amongst God's people. May the sanctuary and all the places where people come together tonight to pray be worthy of God's blessing. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael, how good are your tents, O Jacob, you homes of Israel. Please rise for the beginning of our service. We're on page 130 in our Machzorim, and online we're on page 20. Thank you, and I invite our chair, Ruth Bregman, for her words of welcome. You may be seated.
Good evening, everybody. It is wonderful to see you here, going from 5782 straight into 5783. I have checked, we have just gone into 83, so it is time to wish you all a Shanah Tovah, a happy new year, a healthy new year. And I think the most wonderful thing is that we are finally, after too long, together in the synagogue together for the Yomim Noraim, and indeed for all our other festivals and everything else that happens in this synagogue. Unfortunately, you're going to hear a bit more from me during the course of the coming weeks, but I would say at this stage, I welcome our choir, our professional choir here today. Our other choir will be here with us later. I welcome Andrew Eris, whom we haven't seen for a very long time, and it's lovely to see him again. I thank in advance, but I will do it again, Stella Mason and Rachel Ousley for the enormous amount of time and work they have spent in organising these festivals, all the mitzvot, all the planning. It doesn't just happen like that, I can assure you. And of course, not last but not least, but very importantly, I thank our Rabbi who steers a very good ship. Shanah Tovah, and I'll be seeing you later.
Thank you, Shanah Tovah. And I just want to let all the people on YouTube know there is an online version of our Mahzor available. The link is in the description of the service, and I will once a while announce actually the page numbers so that you're not getting lost, as well as I will announce, of course, for all of you where we are in our green Mahzorim. And now I invite Aviva to read for us the first meditation for this evening.
So it's at the bottom of page 124, and it's the poem by Moshe ibn Ezra. Trembling, we seek the house of prayer to confess our iniquities and to recite the events of our lives with all that has befallen us. Oh, that the rock of our salvation would come forth to meet us, to deliver our souls from death and to grant us life. What shall we say? For we are smitten by our own ill-doing, and our sins are like veils upon our faces, hiding us from our Maker. Yes, we are like cattle that would make the world their manger, like jackals panting for the scent of their delights. But this day, bowed low, we hasten to the house of God, our refuge, for our feet are swift to run after him in the time of our distress. Those who have forgotten God, where is their gold? Where are the jewels that adorn them? Is there any among them that shall live, seeing that their origin is the dust? When the hand of death is raised against them, shall their treasures help at all? Foolishly, they imagine that from the lion's corpse, honey would drip upon their hands, and they did not think of their end, so now they bear their shame. Consider, O God, consider and shine forth. O cease from your anger against those who fear the day of your judgment, and grant them peace. For they yearn for you, but there is none to intercede for them. And though they have done wickedly before you, justify the mortals that lament their guilt. O make known that you have accepted them and have forgiven their sins.
Thank you very much, Shanah Tovah. And I invite Judith to light for us the candles of this festival evening of Rosh Hashanah and usher in the new year. And if you are able to, please rise.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של יום טוב.
Amen.
In the twilight of the vanishing year, we turn to you as our parents have done before us in their generation. We come into your presence together with all other holy congregations of your people. For you purify Israel from year to year, cleanse us from our sins, and renew our being. As the sound of the shofar echoes within us, may it awaken our longing for goodness and new life in our souls. Give us courage to be honest with ourselves. Give us strength to end old quarrels. Make us brave enough to approach you without excuses and humble enough to receive forgiveness. The new moon of Tishri appears in the sky, the sign of our renewal. With gratitude, we bless your name for bringing us to such a time. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Amen. Thank you. Please be seated. Hineni, here I am, one soul within this prayer community. Like those around me, I bring my own concerns and yearnings to this place, hoping they will find expression in the time-hallowed words of my people and in the traditions cherished by generations before me. The text is not in the Mahzor. May you all, may we together bring the best of our energies to these holy days, approaching this spiritual work with open heart and mind, sincerity, and sustained focus on the deep questions of this season. Who are we? How shall we live? Where have we fallen short or even failed? This night, we take up the challenge of the days of awe, Cheshbon HaNefesh, a searching examination of our lives, a moral inventory of our deeds, words, and thoughts. During the next 10 days, let us face the truth about ourselves and listen to God's still, small voice, taking comfort in God's promise that we are always free to change, released from the too comfort and routine. Let know the joy of beginning again. May we gain strength as we share this task with those around us, united by our common purpose, Tikkun Midot, improving our characters, and Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. As I prepare myself to pray, our one soul amidst this holy congregation, I invite you to join me on our journey. May this service give you peace and strength. May we judge ourselves gently, and may God judge us gently on this Judgment Day. Please turn to page 136, 137. Emet ve'atahu rishon ve'atahu acharon, emet ki atahu dayan u'mochia ve'yodea va'ed. It is true that you are the first and that you are the last. Truly, you are the one who judges and tests, who probes and bears witness. And we hear the parables of judgment.
Please join me in reading responsively in the middle of page 156.
Yeah. Sorry, I have it. So, well, it's one. Sorry, it is, as I mentioned, 137. It's only.
Sorry, I have a different book.
An older edition.
What will the judgment be like? They asked wisdom, what shall be the punishment of the sinner? Rabbi Akiba used to say, "Everything is given on pledge, and a net is spread for all living. The shop is open, and the shopkeeper gives credit, and the account is open, and the hand writes, and whoever wishes to borrow may come and borrow. But the collectors go round every day and exact payment from man with his consent or without it, and their claims are justified, and the judgment is a judgment of truth, yet everything is prepared for the feast."
Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai melech ohev tzedakah u'mishpat. And we continue, please, with the responsive reading with page 139. Who is like you, revealing the depth? Awesome and praise, working wonders. The Creator who discovers all from nothing is revealed to the heart, but not to the eye. Therefore, do not ask how or where. Remove desires from the midst of you. You will find your God within you, walking gently in your heart. And see the way of the soul's secret. Search it out and refresh yourself. He will make you wise, and you will find freedom. Make knowledge the envoy between yourself and him. Annul your will and do his will. And know that whatever you hide, there is his eyes. He was the living one before the world was even dust. And he is the maker and he is the bearer, and man is counted as the fading flower. A new year opens before us, and we approach its uncertain yet with hope. Or we cannot know what lies ahead of us, the opportunities and temptations it will bring, the pleasures and the pain. On the threshold we pause in quietness to think about the past year, and in silence consider how we used it. O God, give us more wisdom, teach us what gives meaning to our life and purpose in our days. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, שלושה ספרים נפתחים בראש השנה, אחד של רשעים גמורים, ואחד של צדקים גמורים, ואחד של בינוניים. צדיקים גמורים נכתבים ונחתמים לעתה לחיים. רשעים גמורים נכתבים נחתמים לעתה למיתה. בינוניים תלולים ועומדים מראש השנה ועד יום הכיפורים. זכו נכתבים לחיים, לא זכו נכתבים למיתה. והוא רחום יכפר עוון ולא ישחית, וירבה להשיב אפו ולא יאיר כל חמתו. אדוני הושיע, המלך יעננו ביום קורנו. I invite you please to rise as we prepare ourselves for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach leolam vaed. Thank you. Please be seated. We're in the middle of page 141 and online 41. Blessed are you, Lord our King, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhma poteach she'arim, u'bitvona meshane etim, u'machaliv et hazmanim, u'mesadeh et hakochavim b'mishmorotem barakia kirtzono, v'ori yom v'layla goel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or, המעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריף ערבים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב את עמו ישראל. We continue with the Shema, which you can find on page 140, but I would like to invite you just for a short second really to breathe in, have a moment of reflection as we speak the watchwords of our faith. We are on page 140 with the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha V'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. On page 142, 143, we have different readings as a second private reading for the Shema. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Emet ve'emuna kol zot ve'kayam aleinu, ki hu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'ein zulato ve'anachnu Yisrael amo, ha'osei godolot at ein cheker, ve'nivloot at ein mispar, ve'ra'u vanav kevorato shivchu ve'hodu lishmo u'malchuto beratzon kiblu alehem. Moshe u'bnei Yisrael lecha anu shira besimra rabba ve'amru chulam. מלכותך אדוני אלוהינו ראו בניך על הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגואלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Hashkivenu Avinu l'shalom ve'amidinu Malkeinu l'chaim ufros Aleinu sukat shalmecha v'taknenu
As we prepare for the Amida, I invite you, please, if you are able to rise. We're on page 146 in our Machzorim, online page 57.
Oh
Adonai Sefata Tiftach Ufia Gita Hilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu 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 Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Koneh Hakol, V'zocheh Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, U'mevii Goel Livnei Bneihem L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Poked Sahara.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה רב להושיע. הרחמים זוכר יצוריו לחיים רחמים ונאמר אתה להחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים
אמן.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה
קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוא
ובכן תן פחדך אדוני אלוהינו על כל מעשיך ואימתך על כל מה שבראת. Therefore, Lord our God, set such fear on every human being and such dread on all your creatures that in awe of you they can worship you with humility. Then they will be a brotherhood formed to you, your will with all their heart. We know that the power of this comes from you, and the strength and endurance that men need are in your hands, and the fear of God is upon all the creatures. Therefore, may the honor of your people be seen, and the glory of those who fear you alone. Let hope come to those who seek you, and confidence to those who wait for you. Bring happiness to your land, and joy to your city. May the work of redemption begun with David flourish in you, and may the light of the Messianic kingdom shine out soon in your days. Uvechen tzadikim, therefore the just will see it and be glad, the honest rejoice and the faithful break into song. For the mouth of evil will be shut and the wickedness vanish like smoke, when you sweep away the rule of arrogance from the earth. V'timloch ata Adonai levadecha al kol ma'asecha, behar Zion mishkan kavodecha, u'v'Yerushalayim ir kodshecha, kakatuv b'divrei kodshecha. קדוש אתה ונורא שמך ואין אלוה מלבעדיך ככתוב ויגבע אדוני צבאות במשפט והאל הקדוש נקדש בצדקה. אתה וראתנו מכל העמים, אהבת אותנו ורצית בנו, ורוממתנו מכל הלשונות, וקידשתנו במצוותיך, וקרבתנו מלכנו לעבודתך. בשמך הגדול והקדוש עלינו קראת, ותיתן לנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה את יום הזיכרון הזה, יום תרועה מקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. Page 150. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, יעלה ויבוא ויגיע ויראה, זיכרוננו ופקדוננו וזיכרון אבותינו וזיכרון משיח בן דוד עבדך, וזיכרון ירושלים עיר קודשך, וזיכרון כל עמך בית ישראל לפניך, לבלתה לטובה לכנו לחסד ולרחמים. ביום הזיכרון הזה זוכנו אדוני אלוהינו בו לטובה. אמן. ופוקדנו בו לברכה. אמן. והושיענו בו לחיים טובים. בדבר ישועה ורחמים חוס וחוננו כי אליך עינינו, כי אל מלך חנון ורחום אתה. In the middle of page 151, our God and God of our ancestors, reign over us, all the world in glory, supreme in splendor over all the earth. Shine out in the beauty and majesty of your might over all who dwell on earth. Then every creature will know that you are its creator, and all your handiwork realize that you are its maker. May everything that has life declares that the God of Israel reigns, and that God's kingdom governs all. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך, זרענו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך, וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת. כי אתה אלוהינו אמת, ודברך האמת וקיים לעד. ברוך אתה אדוני מלך על כל הארץ, מקדש ישראל. מלך על כל הארץ, מקדש ישראל. מלך על כל הארץ, מקדש ישראל. מלך על כל הארץ, מקדש ישראל ביום הזיכרון. Eternal our God, be pleased with your people Israel and listen to their prayers. In your great mercy delight in us so that your presence may rest upon Zion. Our eyes look forward to your return to Zion and mercy. Baruch atah Adonai, who restores his presence and sign, Hamachazir Shchinato LeZion. We're on page 150 to 153. Modim anachnu lach. We declare with gratitude that you are our God and the God of our forefathers forever. You are our rock, the rock of our life and the shield that saves us. In every generation we thank you and recount your praise for our lives held in your hand, for our souls that are in your care, and for the signs of your presence that are with us every day. At every moment, at evening, morning, and noon, we experience your wonders and your goodness. You are goodness itself, for your mercy has no end. You are mercy itself, for your love has no limit. Forever have we put our hope in you. ועל כולם יתברך ויתרומם ויתנשא תמיד שמך מלכנו לעולם ועד וכתוב לחיים טובים כל בני בריתך וכל החיים ידוך סלע ויעללו ויברכו את שמך הגדול באמת האל ישועתנו ועזרתנו סלע ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam, ki ata hu melech Adom lechol hashalom, ki ata hu melech Adom lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam, v'tov be'enecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol et u'b'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam.
Amen. Please be seated, and we'll have a short moment for our private prayers and thoughts and wishes and hopes for this new year.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל העולם. הוא יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. הוא יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם. הוא יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. הוא יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. הוא יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו Amen.
Thank you very much. And we continue with a short reading on page 156, 157, and Gabby will lead us.
Would you like to read responsively? What calls us here tonight, out of the daily routine of our lives?
Sound of the shofar calls us all to God. It calls poor and rich to true riches. It calls the most distant wanderer home.
What is asked of us tonight in this congregation of prayer? Look up and think about your actions. Do not make shadows for reality and waste your life chasing after trivial things which cannot really help you. What will we discover as we open the book of our lives?
Who is not examined on this day? The record of all our actions passes before you. A man's work and his occupation, his deeds and his ways, is hidden through the schemes, the real motives which lie behind his actions.
How should we begin when we look at our lives?
When a man is led to the final judgment, he is asked, did you deal honestly? Did you fix times for study? Did you search for wisdom?
What difference will it make to the world if we judge ourselves honestly?
The world is judged by the majority of its people, and individuals by the majority of his deeds. Happy is the person who performs a good deed.
It may tip the scales for him.
It may tip the scale for him and the world.
Can we trust what we learn about ourselves in these prayers?
Happy is the person who does not forget you and gains strength from you. For those who seek you will never stumble, and those who put their trust in you will never be disappointed.
Can we change the habits and patterns of our lives?
A new heart will I give you, and a new spirit set within you. I shall take the heart of stone from your bodies, and give you instead a heart that lives.
Can we leave old ways behind and begin our lives afresh?
Now I create new heavens and a new earth, and the past need not be remembered, or ever brought to mind. Be glad and rejoice in what I can say. Thank you very much. And as we turn to page 158, 159 for the Avinu Malkeinu, I ask everyone who is able to rise.
Avinu Malkeinu, Adanu lefanecha, Avinu Malkeinu, en lanu melech zulatecha. Orfenu Sefer Geula Vishua, Avinu Malkeinu, Alev Keren, Israel Amecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Hakazivenu Vishua, Shalema Lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Shabbat Aleinu, Tzedakeh Aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, Hamol Aleinu ve'alul Aleinu ve'tapenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Tehi ha'shazot she'at rachamim ve'tratzon milfanecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Aseh Elohim, Hashem Koshecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Al teshivenu recham milfanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Aleinu Aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Aleinu Aleinu, Ki ein לנו מעשים. עשינו צדקה וחסד. עשינו צדקה וחסד והושיענו. Avinu Malkeinu, Aleinu Aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Aleinu Aleinu, Ki ein לנו מעשים.
Thank you. You may be seated. A letter to my community. My dear Wimbledon community, my dear friends, on this sacred day of introspection and concentration, I hope you are comfortable enough to endure and uncomfortable enough to find significance in your observance. I also hope you are well of body and spirit, well of temperament and emotion, well of circumstances and situation. If not, I hope and pray you will find wellness and well-being in this new year. I am passionate about being a Jew. My bond to the Jewish people is personal and emotional. I'm not an ethnic Jew, a person who identifies primarily through culture and association. I am an ideational Jew, A person who identifies with Jewish ideas, Jewish meanings inspire me. A Jewish worldview engages me. Because I am passionate about Judaism, I am passionate about being a Jew. I wrote you this letter to explain what I mean. In this letter, I seek to answer a question. Though it is my question, perhaps it is also your question. You see, there really is only one question for a rabbi to answer. Why? Why is the question of ideas and meaning, reason and purpose. Why is the reality of everyone of our lives experience? Why me? Why this? Why now? Why not? Why may just be the toughest of all questions to answer. Ask me how, and I can instruct you. Ask me when, and I can tell you. Ask me where, and I can show you. But ask me why, I'm not sure what to say. Why? It's not that I don't know the answer. I do. I know my answers. I know some of Judaism answers. What I don't know are your answers. I don't know your answers to the why questions of life's meaning and purpose. I don't know your reasons for being who you are, for identifying as a Jew and living as you do. Do you? My prayer is that this letter may inspire your thoughts and responses as I offer you my answers to these 3 questions of why. Why does my life matter? Why does my life as a Jew matter? And why do I choose to celebrate and adhere to the Jewish traditions that I do? Here are the soundbite answers to my 3 questions, after which I will elaborate. Why does my life matter? Because I want the gift of my life to be a present to the world. Why does my life as a Jew matter? Because I want the privilege of my identity connect me to something beyond myself, to something historic and enduring. And why do I choose to celebrate and adhere to Jewish traditions that I do? Because I want God to be present in the world through my choices and my behaviors. And now the long answers to my 3 why questions. First, why does my life matter? Because I want the gift of my life to be a present to the world. We each get only a few years, some of us less than others. Our goal ought to be to live fully and intensely each day and every moment. We need to be aware that every day, as it ends, becomes a memory of how we lived. We are born, and typically we die against our will, through no conscious act of our own. However, our tradition reminds us that whether to be righteous or wicked is a choice that is completely in every person's hand to decide. We each have something valuable to offer everyone else. We each see the world through the unique lenses. No one of us sees it all, and no one of us can do it all. We need each other's individual understandings to succeed and live well. Our rabbis teach, even as the people's faces are not alike, so too what they understand about the world is not alike. Each person understands the world on their own terms. Life is the most precious gift we ever receive. What we do with this gift makes us worthy of life's beauty and mystery. Let's make something of this gift. Our lives are about more than our desires. Our lives are about our destiny. We should not collect experiences and enjoyments just for ourselves, drawing on all we encounter. We should give something of ourselves to others. In this new year, let us give the world our teachings, our efforts, our insights. Too many people give the world their anger, pain, and hate. This year, let us give kindness, empathy, and love. This year, let the gift of our lives to be a present to the world. That's why our lives matter. Why does my life as a Jew matter? Because I want the privilege of my identity to connect me to something beyond myself, to something historic and enduring. From the affirmation of being Jewish, we each get an historic and enduring address and worldview for ourselves, a personal place from which to derive our values while living as one among millions and billions. There was no way our ancestors could leave Egypt individually. It was only as a people that they gained their freedom. As members of this people, you and I, we represent the first memory and message for humanity, advocating for freedom, justice, and dignity. As the most fortunate Jews to ever live, we are the bearers of the sacred and the sad, of a glorious and brilliant history of light and hope for the world. We are in relationship with generations of Jews, some who we will know and others whom we never can encounter, whose experiences, memories, and dreams can help us to be true to ourselves, fortunate to be thriving in and challenged by opportunities and acceptance our ancestors could never imagine, earned for us by their endurance and survival. In this present moment, we must choose. Are we or are we not bound to our people's past and responsibility for its future? Do we want the ideas, experience, and purposes of Jewish people to form and inform us? Does Jewish identity enriches our personal existence and connect us to grand visions and enduring memories far more significant than ours do by themselves? My answer is yes. I am proud to be part of the Jewish people, a people who cherishes life's gifts and blessings, a people who inherits a tradition that stands for human dignity and equality, freedom and goodness. We are the heirs to standards of personal ethics and celebrations, marking the seasons and milestones of our lives. That's who we are, and that's what I believe we must represent in the world at large. Only Jews can be Jewish. Only Jews represent the world, our history, which is the source of so much that lies at the core of society and Western civilization. This year, I want for us that the privilege of our identity connects us to something beyond ourselves, to matter, to something historic and enduring. That's why our lives as Jews matter. And finally, why do I choose to celebrate and adhere to Jewish traditions that I do? Because I want God to be present in the world through my choices and through my behaviors. I will often tell you that I believe life's mystery is God's reality, a spiritual essence found within the workings of the world. God is present through us when we experience life. Through us when we respond to life. God is present through us when we meet. Through us when we respond to one another. when we are loving, healing, and giving, when we strive to redeem others from the struggles of their lives by transcending ourselves, by moving beyond ourselves, by thinking about something more than ourselves, we bring God into this world. God speaks within us the voice of consciousness. God lifts us up and draws us upward to be better. God draws us outward to be caring. God draws us forward to be gentle and gracious. And God protects us from hopelessness, helplessness, and despair. Listen to this remarkable teaching. It comes from the 18th century Rabbi Menachem Mendel von Vitebsk, a leading Hasidic teacher who moved with his community out of Russia to Israel in 1777. Menachem Mendel said, "All my life I have struggled in vain to know what man is. Now I know. Man is the language of God. It is not God, but we who let God be present or force God to be absent in the activities of our lives. How we act, how we treat one another, how we speak justly or unjustly, is precisely how we experience God. We are the language of God." Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel goes so far to teach that the actual symbol of God is man. Each human being, each precious moment of celebration of the Torah, every ritual item we cherish at home, the foods we do and we don't eat, the holidays we observe, the Shabbat we celebrate, the social justice we work for as a result of Jewish values, and the concepts we articulate, all symbolizes who we are, and what we care about, and how we are carrying ourselves into this world. The power of symbols is the significance we attach to the symbols represent our loyalties and identities, our memories and hopes, our values and beliefs. Jewish tradition and Jewish ethics offer us many symbols, objects and practices that represents who we are, what we care about, and how we carry ourselves into the world. This year, I want God to be present in the world through our choices and behaviors. Let us choose to celebrate and adhere to Jewish traditions that were handed down to us from generation to generation. My dear friends, I believe to be Jewish is to inherit from our ancestors and to interpret and pass along to our descendants the ethics, the moral insights, celebrations and rituals, ideals and life's wisdom, stories and symbols of Jewish tradition, all taught in the name of God. I believe Judaism's goal is the refinement and goodness of every human being created in the image of God. Jewish ideas give us our values and vocabulary for life. Jewish meanings comfort us when life is difficult, challenge us when life is comfortable, and inspire us when life is demanding. To live our lives as Jews, passionate about Judaism, elevates our humanity and validates our individuality. So, for this new year, I wish you refinement and growth. Don't let too much of life's noise disturb you from life's nice. Life is complicated, to be sure. Living, on the other hand, doesn't have to be. Due to or in spite of every circumstance you confront, answer your why questions of life's meaning and purpose by offering yourself a present to others. Connect yourself to something more and make God and goodness present in what you choose to do. In this new year, May you know all the goodness of life, health, happiness, and peace. Sincerely yours, and with the best wishes for a sweet new year, Shanah Tovah. And I invite you for a short moment to turn to page 670 for our Kiddush. And if you are able to, please rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol am veromemanu mikol lashon v'kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava et yom hazikaron hazeh yom teruah Mikra Kodesh, Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Vachata, Ve'otanu Kidashta Mikol Ha'amim, U'devarecha Emet Ve'kayam La'ad. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Mekadesh Yisrael ve'yom hazikaron. And the Shehechianu, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu, v'kiyamanu, v'higiyanu lahazman hazeh. And we turn back in our Machzorim to the to Aleinu, which you can find on page 160, and our quartet will lead us. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושבך בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, עמק מלכנו איך וזולתו, כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום שבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. Therefore, eternal God, we put our hope in you. Soon let us witness the glory of your power, when the worship of material things shall pass away from the earth, and prejudice and superstition shall at last be cut off, when the world will be set right by the rule of God, and all mankind shall speak out in your name, and all the wicked of the earth shall turn to you. Then all who inhabit this world shall meet in understanding and shall know that you alone, each one, shall submit and pledge themselves in every tongue in your presence, eternal our God. They shall bow down and be humble, honoring the glory of your being. And all shall accept the duty of building your kingdom, so that your reign of goodness shall come soon and last forever. For yours alone is the true kingdom, and only the glory of your rule endures forever. As it is written in your Torah, the Lord will rule forever and ever. V'ne'emar. The light of life is a finite flame. Like our sacred candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and beauty, but soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance on our lives, and our lives are full. But as night follows days, the candle of our life burns down and gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory, slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days, and those who died at this season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community and wherever grief touches the human family. We mark the yahrzeit on the 1st of Tishrei of Jeanette Klingenberg, sister of Lynn Abrahams, and Jacob Bernard Friedler, grandfather of Michael Friedler. And the following have recently died: Peter Falush, husband of Janet Falush, Nathan Owers, father of Andrew Owers, the Queen, Alan Burns, father of Jason Burns, grandfather of Izzy and James, and Aaron Nathan, father of Daniel, Michael, and Philip. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing in this new year and always. Please join me in the reading of the Kaddish on page 162. Yit gadal v'yit gadash shomer rabba, ve'alma divrach yichoteh ve'amlich malchoteh, v'chayechon u've'yomechon, u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv ve'emru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'alam u'l'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei d'kodesha berichu. Leila minkot v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata ti'amiran be'alema v'imru amen. Yehei shalom arava min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Thank you. You may. Shanah Tovah. Shanah Tovah. Thank you. Please be seated. As short announcements, just a big thank you. Thank you to everyone here in the sanctuary that you joined us this evening. Thank you to the quartet, our choir, for this evening, and looking forward to hearing your voices more often throughout the high holidays and hopefully also beyond. Thank you to Stella and to Rachel for all the hard work that was done by the two of you before the services to bring it all together. And thank you to our security and to Chaim for being our tech person tonight. And I hope to see you all together tomorrow morning, 10:30 on YouTube or here, or preferable here actually. You see we have still some spaces left, but actually I'm very pleased about the turnout this evening. Children's services are tomorrow morning, parallel to the main service. So please bring your children and bring also something, snacks or so for them in between. Anything else? Second day Rosh Hashanah follows, yes, very important. That will be on Tuesday and will be led by Judith and Patrick. Follows, and then we also do Tashlich. But all the information have been sent out. Thank you once again, Shanah Tovah, and we have as a closing hymn for tonight on page 164, Yigdal, once again by our quartet, and then I will have a closing blessing for all of you.
Oh
Please, if you are able to, rise. Our God and God of all generations before us, may it be your will in the coming year to grant us a year of abundance and atonement, a year of blessing bestowed and received, a year of community and compassion, a year of delight and exaltation, a year of enlightenment, a year of friendship and forgiveness, a year of going up in gladness to the land of Israel, a year of health and healing and humor, a year of inner strength and well-being, a year of joy and Jewish celebration, a year of knowledge and learning for its own sake, a year of love between parents and children, friends and spouses, brothers and sisters, a year of mitzvot and moments of sweetness, a year of nature protected and enjoyed, a year of optimism and hope, a year of peace pursued with perseverance, a year of quiet and tranquility, a year of rain and its seasons, a year of song and spiritual growth, a year of Torah study and tikkun olam, a year of understanding and unity, a year of vows fulfilled and violence overcome, a year of wisdom acquired and shared, a year of coexistence among the families of this earth, a year of young and old, reaching out to one another, a year of Zion aglow with light for us and all the world. Our God and God of the generations before us, grant us a year of gratitude to you for the most profound of blessings, your gift of life. Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, shetachadesh Aleinu Shanah Tovah u'metuka. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha lachem shalom. Shanah Tovah.
That's all right. It's so weird.